Kawkab al-Hawa is a depopulated former Palestinian village located 11 kilometers north of Baysan. It was built within the ruins of the Crusader fortress of Beauvoir, from which it expanded. The Crusader names for the Frankish settlement at Kuwaykat were Beauvoir, Beauvoir, Bellum, videre, Coquet, Cuschet and Coquet. During Operation Gideon in 1948, the village was occupied by the Golani Brigade and depopulated. History. Jaqat al-Hamawi, writing in the 1220s, referred to the place as a castle near Tiberias. According to him, it fell in ruins after the reign of Saladin. The Ayyubid commander of Ajlan, Is al-Din Usama, was given Kawkab al-Hawa as an Iqta by Saladin in the late 1180s, and it remained in his hands until 1212, when it was seized by Sultan al-Mu'azzam. An inscription in the Ustinau collection, dated tentatively to the 13th century Ayyubid period, was found incised on a basalt rock near the spring at Kawkab al-Hawa. The inscription states, "He ordered to make this blessed fountain the illustrious Emir Shuja ad-Din. May his glory be perpetuated." Ottoman era. Under the Ottoman Empire, in 1596, Kawkab al-Hawa was administered by a Nafir of Shafa under the Liwa of Larjan, with a population of 50. It paid taxes on a number of crops, including wheat, beans and melons, as well as on vineyards. Pierre Jacotin named the village Kawkab on his map from 1799. The scholar Edward Robinson described the place in 1838 as a small village, situated on the brow of the Jordan Valley, and he identified the place as the former Beauvoir fortress. Victor Guerin visited in 1875, and found some families using the vaulted spaces still standing inside the fortress. Since the village was built within the outlines of the fortress of Beauvoir, it was slow to expand. The villagers, who numbered about 110 in 1859, resided within the fortress walls and cultivated about 13 fadans outside them. British Mandate era. In the 1922 census of Palestine, conducted by the Mandatory Palestine authorities, Kawkab had a population of 167, all Muslims, increasing in the 1931 census to 220, still all Muslims, in 46 houses. In time the village expanded to the north and the west in a circle around the fortress. The Muslim population of the village used the land, which lay outside the village walls, for agriculture. In 1944-45 a total of 5,839 dunams was allocated to cereals, 170 dunams were irrigated or used for orchards, while 56 dunams was built up land. 1948 War and Aftermath. According to Benny Morris, kibbutzniks demanded, and often themselves carried out, the destruction of neighboring villages for local reasons, as a means of blocking the return of the Arab villages. For this reason a veteran local leader, Naim Werwitz of Kfar Giladi, appealed in a letter in September 1948 for permission to destroy Kawkab al-Hawa, Jabal, al-Bira and al-Hamidiya in the area for fear that they may be used by Arabs for military operations and to enable them to take the villages' lands, because the Arabs won't be able to return there. Walid Khalidi described the remaining structures of the village in 1992. The village has been eliminated, but the site of the Beauvoir castle has been excavated and turned into a tourist attraction. Fig and olive trees grow on the village site. The slopes overlooking the Baysan Valley and Wadi al-Bira are used by Israelis as grazing areas. They also cultivate the other surrounding lands. Quote, according to Meron Benveniste, Kawkab al-Hawa represents one of the most conspicuous examples of the Israeli practice of removing Arab settlements of all Arab structures which did not interest them. At Kawkab al-Hawa all Arab structures were demolished by the Israelis, while the Crusader buildings were restored and made into tourist attractions. According to Ben-Venister, in the Israeli context, it is preferable to immortalize those who exterminated the Jewish communities of Europe and murdered the Jews of Jerusalem in 1099 than to preserve relics of the local Arab civilization with which today's Israelis supposedly coexist. Crusader structures, both authentic and fabricated, lend a European romantic character to the country's landscape, whereas Arab buildings spoil the myth of an occupied land under foreign rule, awaiting liberation at the hands of the Jews returning to the homeland. Bibliography.